The following review is intended for entertainment purposes and targeted for adult fans of the series.
My point is, I don't know what my point is. What is my point? Hello there, heroes. I'm the Pumpkin Ranger, and welcome to another Power Rangers Beast Morphers 2.0 episode review. This review is coming out a bit late, but I have a good reason for that. I was honored to be invited to be on Database Rangers charity stream this past weekend, raising funds for Spread the Vote. I'll talk more about that later. From the time the hiatus started and we started getting episodes airing overseas, we came to find out that there was a stretch of episodes in the second half of this season that stood to be absolutely mind-blowing. It started a little bit with the Chaku two-parter, but this is where it really gets rolling. Heroes, let's take a look at the 12th episode of Beast Morphers 2.0, Finders Keepers. Please make sure you're subscribed to my channel to see all of my videos. Ring the bell, get your notifications set up so you're notified whenever I post brand new videos. And if you'd like to lend any financial support to my channel, please consider checking me out on Patreon or Ko-fi at OrangeRangerVideos. The episode begins with another previously on segment, but it's kind of a confusing one. It's focused on Ryjack, especially how he told Evox that his ship and weapons collection was hidden on Earth. The episode begins with the Rangers looking for Ryjack's ship, Nate even saying that that collection of weapons cannot fall into the wrong hands.
Excuse me, what?
The Rangers were never told about Ryjack's ship. They might have overheard that Ryjack was a weapons collector, but it was the bad guys who were told about Ryjack's hidden ship. But now the Rangers are looking for it like they heard that information. Anyway, it's Zoey that finds it hidden near the woods. They tell her to stay put while everyone else converges on her location. However, Grid Battle Force then detects a life sign headed her direction. Again, Commander Shaw tells her to wait for the backup of the others, but Zoey says there's no time and heads into the ship after them.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Indeed it was not. An Intruder Alert goes off. Come on guys, Intruder Alert was 2 weeks ago. Triggering a self-destruct, Zoey knocked out in the explosion. Over in the stalagmite dimension, Scrozzle has detected the ship, but then also detects the explosion. Evox orders the Robos to go and get the weapons collection. Not really sure why Evox thinks the weapon collection would have survived an explosion. And Scrozzle gives them the Reanimizer Gun, since using that on any weapons they find can bring back soldiers that will help them. Arriving, the Robos find that indeed not all of the weapons were destroyed in the explosion. They find Snide's sword, the general from Dino Charge that Heckle was joined with, and they revive him. But then Zoey wakes up, unmorphed and clearly by herself, and the villains decide that they should hide. Okay. Zoey looks around and sees Keeper, the spiritual mentor of the Dino Charge Rangers, but doesn't know who he is. She figures that Keeper is the intruder that set off the alarm in the explosion. I do suppose that's possible, and this is where things take a little bit of a twist. She sees one of Ryjack's compliance collars on the ground and throws it at Keeper, taking control of him. 1, didn't know that Zoey was into that sort of thing. And 2, this does not feel like the proper action of a Power Ranger. Zoey is fully aware that those collars subvert free will. The situation was not nearly that desperate. The other Rangers arrive and Nate recognizes Keeper. Great, smart guy, done his research, cataloging the Ranger Vault, etc. That works out fine. Ravi also recognizes Keeper from Ranger History class. Ranger History class. And they didn't know that monsters could grow giant-sized.
You're stupid.
Nate, of course, makes sure that Zoey is okay, but the others kind of get on her case a little bit about not waiting and making the situation worse. Devin loads Keeper into the back of a truck to keep him safe and get him back to base to get that collar off, but then an enterprising Vivek steals the truck and drives it away. Devin has Nate and Steel stay there and collect all of the weapons, while the main three morph to chase the truck. But then it's just Devin chasing the truck on cruise. Doesn't really make sense why the other two morphed. It's not like they could keep up on foot. Except that the two then appear out of absolutely nowhere to jump onto the truck. Eventually, all three are knocked down by more Viveks, with the truck stopping a short way ahead. But here we go, heroes. A dimensional portal opens up nearby, Zoey knowing what it is because shut up, and out leaps Tyler, Coda, Chase, and Ivan, the Dino Charge Red, Blue, Black, and Gold Rangers.
Excuse me, the f did you just say?
Funny enough, the four of them are morphed, but don't really bother to help with the fight, just asking where Keeper is and then going to get him. But then they are stopped by Viveks, Putties, and Triptoids, the other grunt from Dino Thunder. Huh. Grunts from all 3 dinosaur-themed seasons of Power Rangers. What an amazing coincidence! While the grunt fighting goes on, the Robos teleport in with Snide. They open the truck and take Keeper, who with the compliance collar on, is powerless to disobey them. The Rangers finish off the grunts just too late, and the bad guys teleport away with Keeper. Keeper is taken to Evox, who knows who he is, and that he has secrets that can help destroy the Rangers. He agrees to tell them what he knows, but 1, he gives this weird little side glance before he does, and 2, he starts off with, "Very well, it started with the ancient power of the Energems," which kind of implies to me that he's secretly stalling. All the Rangers are now back at the Grid Battle Force lab, where even the Dino Charge Rangers have demorphed. Yes, we have Brennan Mejia, James Davies, Davi Santos, and Yoshi Sudarso guest starring in the episode. Nathan Steele recovered an entire chest full of villain weapons. However, the Dino Charge Rangers would really like to know why Zoey thought it was necessary to put a compliance collar on their mentor. And Commander Shaw leaps in on this, since she also disobeyed orders to stay put and wait for backup. Nate defends her, saying she was just trying to help, but she says no, she was wrong. She apologizes to the Dino Charge Rangers and promises them that she will get Keeper back. Devin says they all will, Steele adding in that their teamwork is unmatched. And this is all the Dino Charge Rangers really needed to hear. Yeah, these sound like Power Rangers all right. Besides, they once let the entire Earth go down a black hole, so it's not like they're immune to screwing up. Back in the blue and white cones, why do they not give this place a proper freaking name on screen? Dimension. Keeper has finished the story. At a weird spot, he ends off at where the Dino Charge Rangers created the Spinozord, but I guess this is what Evox was waiting to hear, since he's now landed on the plan of basically creating a Zord if they could get their hands on an Energem. You know, that might actually work in this dimension. Remember, in this dimension, the Dino Charge Zords haven't been created, so they could probably still make that work. Snide suggests a trap with Keeper as the bait. Evox contacts the Rangers to make a deal. Keeper is apparently useless to him, so he's willing to trade him for Ryjack's weapons collection. Shaw agrees to the deal, feeling the Keeper is too important to not rescue. Interestingly, we get a nice split dynamic here between the two teams, with the Beast Morphers Rangers focused on recovering the weapons after they make the trade, while the Dino Charge Rangers think that getting Keeper back is the more important priority, though Zoey's guilt does seem to make her agree with them. You know, during that charity live stream I mentioned, one of the episodes we watched was the Different Shade of Pink 3-parter. Recall in those episodes how Rita and Zed offered to trade Ninjor for Cat, and the Rangers made a plan to keep both by putting Cat in a force field? Apparently these Rangers are not that intelligent. They bring the weapons collection to the trade, and it's completely legit. You could think that they were mock-ups of the weapons, but spoilers, They're not. They're totally legit. Scrozzle takes the weapons and leaves, and to nobody's surprise, Snide breaks the deal. The Rangers morph, yes, including the Dino Charge Rangers, who get their full morphing sequence, even with the music, though it sounded a little different, possibly a new arrangement. Commander Shaw calls before the fight even starts to tell them that a Giga Drone is inbound. Tyler tells Devin to go. They've dealt with Snide before. Tyler says, okay, and the entire Beast Morphers team leaves. Devin Zord can form a Unizord. Nate and Steel can form a Megazord. Or the main three can form a Megazord. Why are all 5 of them leaving to deal with one Giga Drone?
It just raises too many questions.
Anyway, here's another little twist. Tyler grabs his Dinocom and screams, Riley, Shelby, now! And indeed, a dimensional portal opens up, and the pink and green Dino Charge Rangers leap out. Now, clearly here there's separation from the 4 actors who we have seen on screen, so clearly these 2 are not involved. They're not credited in the episode, we only see them morphed, and their actors, Michael Tabor and Camille Hyde, have had some issues / questionable quotes regarding their time as Power Rangers.
Not so fast!
Brennan Mejia recently did a video reacting to this episode, and when this moment happened, he said that Michael and Camille did in fact come back and do voiceover work for the episode. So, that's good, I guess?
Get on with it!
Listen, I just thought that point might hit with a little bit more... Oh, never mind. Anyway, this is actually really interesting. For those of you who might be unaware, a lot of the footage being adapted here comes from a Kyoryuger team-up movie, Dinosaur Great Battle. Kyoryuger was what was adapted into Dino Charge, so my point is that while for us, the Beast Morphers are the current team and the Dino Charge Rangers are the returning Rangers, in this movie, the Kyoryuger were the current team and the Go Busters were the returning guests. What is my point? The point is that Tyler uses Supercharge mode, and then the Rangers use the Victory Charger. You normally wouldn't see team-up footage dig that deep on a past team, because in this footage, they weren't the past team.
Moving right along.
The Reanimizer Gun is just a stroke of freaking genius for adapting this movie into this story. Evox and Scrozzle are watching Snide and think he's pathetic and could use some more help. Scrozzle uses the Reanimizer on Sledge's gun, and yep, the old bounty hunter is brought back once again. By the way, funny note, when Sledge revives, the first thing he says is, "It's a bomb!" They don't even bother to tell Sledge who they are, just that they need him to go get the Energems. He agrees, but says he's going to need his crew. And Scrozzle can do that with the Reanimizer. Genius! Oh, right, the Giga Drone. At first I thought it had erasers on its arms. Go Busters did do an erasers one once. But it turns out they're actually magnets. And Nate says it's using those magnets to suck the Morph-X out of the tower.
That's not how it works.
Surprise, surprise, there's not a heck of a lot to this Zord fight. Nate's Wrecker Zord and the Beast X Megazord do their finishing moves. Let's get back to the Dino Charge Rangers. Their fight is a lot more interesting as Sledge Tachi arrive, and they all split up to take on the Dino Charge Rangers one by one. Eventually, all of the villains defeat the Dino Charge Ranger they're fighting, which includes Curio defeating Chase, which has already spawned a couple of internet memes. The Beast Morphers show up, blast the bad guys back, take Keeper, and everybody gets away. Back at the base, this starts to get kind of confusing. They get the collar off of Keeper, and the Dino Charge Rangers make like they're gonna leave. They talk about how Evox still has Keeper's staff, and there's future plans in the works with that. But then the Dino Charge Rangers just leave anyway, saying they have responsibilities at home. I really hope they're talking about their regular lives, running the zoo, because otherwise all of your villains are here. Oh, by the way, Tyler uses a transportal device for them to leave. I love that that element has continued to carry over. The implication is that Keeper is staying, which would make sense to get his staff back and to advise these Rangers on fighting Sledge and his crew. But no, he's also leaving, other matters to attend to. He reassures Zoey that she was just trying to do the right thing, and then vanishes into smoke like he do. But then Shaw walks right by her and says that Evox has information because of her screw-up, so they need to stay on guard. Let's throw some shades? Episode 12, Finders, Keepers. Pros, an incredibly creative use of Sentai footage, a great team-up between the two teams, and the start of a nice arc. Cons, forces in a moral of the day, the two teams don't interact in battle much, and a disappointing Zord fight. A quality team-up, but the drawbacks are slightly more than ignorable. Finders Keepers gets 4 shades out of 5. But like I said, this is just getting started. And here's some fun. You know, this year, Halloween falls on a Saturday. Saturday, October 31st. I cannot stress enough to you how much of a Saturday Halloween is. Power Rangers airs in the morning. No kids are out trick-or-treating and not watching TV in the morning. But no! Next week, October 17th, we're getting Beast Morphers 2.0's Halloween special.
You lose! Good day, sir!
If there is any good to be found in this insanely blatant bastardization of the calendar, it's that they did realize that they would be in the middle of an important story arc for the show, and thus this is folded into the ongoing story. Let's take a spooky peek at the 22nd episode of Beast Morphers 2.0 Holiday Special Production Numbers, Making Bad. Evox adds a new villain to his ranks and commands his minions to find the evilest villain of all. Meanwhile, the Rangers learn that a Robotron is committing a series of robberies across Coral Harbor and investigate the matter. Finally, I want to circle back and bring some attention to the amazing work that Database Ranger is doing. Jacob was trying to figure out a way to do some good in these crazy times leading up to this November's election in the United States, and he settled on doing these Power Rangers charity watch streams to benefit Spread the Vote, an organization that works to help people get registered to vote and to do so. This review is likely going up just a little bit too late to help out getting the next stream going, with $200 in donations needed by Thursday, October 15th to push into a Zeo stream the following weekend. But the organization is still amazingly worthwhile, and Jacob has said that he will leave his donation link open, so you'll still be able to donate to the organization via him. I will try to remember to put that link down in the info below, but if I do forget, just pull up one of the VODs of the charity streams from the past 2 weekends, and you'll find the link somewhere in the chat. And that is going to do it for another Power Rangers Beast Morphers 2.0 episode review. Thank you, heroes, so much as always for watching. Now that the video's done, you can let me know what you thought of this episode, as well as my review of it, down in the comments below. And while you're down there, smack that thumbs up button and let me know that you enjoyed this video. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you. I was honored this past weekend to be invited onto Hello there, heroes. I'm the Pumpkin Ranger, and welcome to another Power Rangers something. Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger. I'm the Pumpkin Ranger. I was honored to be invited onto databases. God. Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Pumpkin farting. Ugh! Everyone tells her to stay put, but then Grid Battle Force, yeah. Over in the stalagmite dimension, Scrozzle... The Rangers finish off the grunch just too late. Nope. Do nobody foogie doogie doogie. Anyway, here's another little twist. I forgot his name. A lot of the footage being adapted. I love cough takes so much. He vanishes into smoke like he do after we're getting Beast Morphers 2.0's Halloween special. Oh shoot, yeah, no, I want to include that part. It's that they did, I'm not looking at the TV that much.